Okay, we're live. I'm gonna change some settings, let people join here. Okay, there we go. I wonder if we can get wireless AE2 today. Server closed, what the hell? Was Soycam banned? Crazy. Glad I put up the waiting screen. Oh no! Wait, what? We have some technical difficulties already. The stream is not even a minute old. And now we're fine. You love to see it. What is happening? Okay. We good now? Let me just make sure I don't mess with things a lot. Oh no. Okay. Things are very unstable right now with OBS because I am gonna try to time-lapse this, which means we have Soycam on, and so things are gonna be a bit weird. Anyways, let me get chat open here. How's the server going? Oh no, I shouldn't do that. Server's going pretty good. I like Project Singularity. Okay. Of course storage is down. Jeez, we have every problem imaginable. Gonna have to fix this. But yeah, I'm really liking Project Singularity. I'm not exactly liking GTNH, but luckily because it's Project Singularity, I can usually get around any issue by just, like, buying stuff. In fact, I think most of the issues I was having in the last episode are basically done. I think we're moving out of that dark age. Late HV and most of EV is a really, really rough spot. When can we expect a new episode? That's the big issue here. I don't know if I'm going to make Let's Play content anymore. I don't know if I've said this before, but I haven't been liking any of the videos I've been making, which is not a good spot to be in. Like, the whole thing I went into YouTube with is that I'm gonna make content I enjoy, and if I enjoy it, then it's probably good, because I've spent 200 hours looking at this video. If I still like it, then it's probably good. But, I started going into a bit of a spiral, starting around TFG 3 and getting really bad throughout Project Singularity, where I was focusing more on appeasing the audience than getting good content, and that has led me to just start uploading stuff I don't like. And so, I'm probably... the only reason I was still uploading those Let's Play videos is because YouTube is my job, and those are the only videos that do really well on my channel. I mean, the Silksong video did pretty well, but not for the amount of effort I put into it. Like, that's 3 months to get a video that just performed average. So, yeah, that's kind of sucky. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna just do more videos like that Silksong video so that my channel's more centered on video quality and style, rather than what specific niche I'm playing within. How did this break? Seriously? Oxygen broke? That's crazy. But yeah, I was only uploading that because that keeps me alive, literally. But with that video, I released the Product Singularity video last night. I'm like, okay, this just it gives me time to work on other things for a bit. And I lost subscribers over it. Truly losing subscribers in a day on YouTube is very rare unless you get into some huge controversy. And uploading the Product Singularity made me lose the Product Singularity video made me lose subscribers. I don't know how or why, but that tells me, okay, stop. Stop it immediately. So, there might still be more Let's Play content, but I think most of my content on Product Singularity from now on will be live streams and really well-edited, compressed videos that, like, I'm scripting this right now. I have one video that's going to turn 8 whole episodes, 1 through 8, all the way into just a 40-minute video. It's going to be really nice, it's going to have animations. It's what I promised at the start of the series, but haven't had time to work on, because I'm constantly getting harassed for the next episode. Which I've learned to just ignore everyone. I don't owe my audience anything, because I don't know them. So, next video is in an eternity, but it's gonna be peak. I love the Product Singularity Let's Play videos. I don't. And I think you guys are missing out on what I could be making. Okay, I think you guys are... You guys don't know, like... A lot of you didn't watch the Silksong video. You don't know what I could be making. I'm very unhappy with how Product Singularity has been so far. Because it's just... To me, it's basically slop content. Unironically. You guys make videos? Hi, Jetlag. You mean like the early Goose Nothing videos? No, watch my Silksong video. That style. Watch Martin Cedo Pants, his Factorio series. That style. No, even Goose is under-edited. Like, I like his videos, but even then, like, you have to enjoy GTNH to enjoy the video. I want videos that are just good. For just, like, well-edited and satisfying. Also, this is a really big problem. There's no oxygen here. Consider Dosh Doshington. He's also fun, but if you don't like Factorio, you don't like Dosh. Someone like Mart is how you get into Factorio. Dosh is how you stay into Factorio. Okay, I need a fluid cell or something to move this oxygen, but I can't get any. Oh, maybe I'd left some in here. Cope. Okay, fine. 9, I need a fluid cell to move oxygen manually. My power is down. Which Silksong video? The under 1 hour video one. That one is my best work. Unironically, it is the best video I've ever uploaded, and it's the only one that I've ever gone back to rewatch. Like, usually I'm done with a video and it's like, man, that took forever to edit. With the E2E video, like, I was proud of it, but I was kind of sick of it by then because I'd looked at it for so long. That Silksong video, though, like, sometimes I'll just look at a reference to be like, oh, how did I do in this part? And then I'll just continue watching the video for 15 minutes. I'm so proud of that. I just want to make more of that. And when I made that post a while ago, after uploading that video and saying, hey, I really liked making this video, I want to do more of this, a lot of people thought that meant I was switching to Silksong only. No, that means I'm gonna stop annoying Let's Play content and make good stuff. It's so funny, because from my perspective I say, hey, I'm gonna take a break to make some good videos, because I'm unhappy with what I've made, and then like 100 people unsubscribe. Like, what? Do you want me to just upload AI slop? I can do that, that's pretty easy. You really want Let's Play content, just watch the streams. Oh yeah, another thing that prompted this is Mumbo Jumbo recently released a video on why Let's Play content is dying. And that video is so accurate. It said a lot of things that I kind of knew but hadn't fully realized. Let's Play content is in this weird medium on YouTube where it's edited enough that it's kind of weird to put it on the background. Like, it's supposed to be entertaining like that, but it's not edited enough where you feel comfortable just sitting down and watching the whole thing, usually. And so it's in this valley between the long, drawn-out, honest content of live streaming and the really high-quality production value of video essays. And it just lands in this unhappy medium that the YouTube algorithm really doesn't like. And so, really, what a channel like mine should be trying to do is do live streams like this for the pure, raw GTNH, and then take a good 5 or 6 months to put out a really good GTNH video that compresses just the really good parts. Like the 100 days format that's been popular for years now. Yeah, but that's overdone now, so I'm not gonna copy that. I set a goal for a video. Like, in this Project Singularity video, I think the turning point of the server, like, a big shift for me was around MV, when I started building all the stuff around Spawn. That's a huge shift, especially with Aspect on the team now. That would be a great place to cut off the first video. So that feels like a milestone that wraps up a chapter of the server. I don't need 100 days to format that. Can you auto-output, please? I don't want you doing this. My base is dead right now, and I need to figure out why. Yeah, for some reason, when I changed that entire system off to storage-fed oxygen, it just broke. I don't know why. Oh, it's P2P oxygen. Oh, that's the problem. How do I fix that? Because we produce basically no oxygen here. That's just solved with an export bus if this system would start up again. Kind of like the Let's Plays, but if it isn't working for you, what you need to do is be happy. Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna push myself too hard. For now, I still need to upload those to survive, because this is my job. But the wake-up call with the last video is that, like, people aren't liking the content anymore, and so the one purpose of that content is no longer there, and so I'm just gonna stop. But yeah, I know, the whole point of YouTube is to have fun. I'm not gonna make videos for the sake of making money. Making money just permits me to make more videos. It's the other way around. Oh, come on, man. I'm gonna jumpstart this whole system. I know it's wrong now. I believe content creators should upload what they want. If they make money, they make money. Yeah. It's just like I'm in an awkward spot, because the content I want to make doesn't make money, and I need money to live. Right, I need to be fast here before storage goes out again. Just a fluid export will fix it all. And actually probably some acceleration cards. It's not even able to craft. It doesn't have enough money to craft... Money? What? Enough power to craft anything. What happened to Chief Logan? He initially was taking a break, but he understandably does not really like the type of challenge GTNH presents. His B system got blown up, and that was sort of the last straw, but for a very long time he was kind of unsatisfied with what GTNH was doing, because he was expecting a very different kind of challenge. One that doesn't just ask you to give away your job and your livelihood. And that's very understandable. I'll be honest, when he did that, I almost did the same thing, but I own the server and that'd be a bad look if I left. And I'm glad I didn't, because it is starting to look up again. Oh, what the hell, Aspect? Oh, I need to make 64 silicon for 1 acceleration card. Sometimes I hate this system, because it always makes 64 at a time. It can never do 1 recipe. I could probably switch out the patterns to prevent this. But, like, this forming press is now going to be running through all of our silicon. GG on PB. Hey, Hunt Hustle. Yeah, some of my audience probably doesn't understand, like, what the whole Silksong thing's about. It's just, oh, my Gregtech YouTuber is just speeding some random platformer, stupid platformer. No, I'm now 6th place in the world for Silksong speedrunning, and Silksong, not just a random leaderboard, no, it's any percent. And Silksong speedrunning is super popular because it's a really, really good speed game. There's 800 runners on the main any percent leaderboard. But I now have 880 hours on the game. I've worked my way to the very top, and I'm getting coached by the world record holder. Like, it's very cool. It's the first time I've been, like, really good at a game. I'm not gonna lie, that's what I thought. I know 90% of my viewers see Silksong and see that it's a 2D platformer and think it's Mario. And I just have to not take that offensive, because you'll learn eventually. I decided to take this guy under my wing, no biggie. Dude, you haven't trained me shit. Actually, I guess, no, you gave me impossible any percent. Yeah, Hunt Hustle is the first person to beat Silksong true ending hitless. Which is a little bit of a thing. Okay, can this do oxygen, please? Second on true ending. Damn, bro, washed. First on any percent, though, that's still impressive. Hunt Hustle's washed, everyone harass him. But yeah, people who don't watch that those speedruns and stuff and don't watch my 1-hour speedrunning video will see that I took an hour to speedrun a game and be like, oh, he's not even good, he's just playing some obscure category to feel good. No, Silksong takes a very long time to beat. It's a huge game. I'm less than 3 minutes behind world record now. Recommend making teleport straps and travel anchors. I have one. Why is it charged? This was not charged before. Yeah, but the problem with this is, first of all, it takes so much power every time I use it, and I have no way of charging it. I don't know how. I don't even want to hear it from former top 5 and the guy who's not even on Mars for tungsten. Hey, no, you can't say that. Watch this. Boom, I'm on Mars for tungsten. Easy. Also, I was never top 5. The top 6 is the best I've been, and I'm still there. Okay, we have 2 acceleration cards. I just need to chuck that into this system. And then fuel will be solved. There we go. That's a lot of oxygen. So yeah, basically when I swapped this system out for P2Ps, I forgot that the oxygen tank here doesn't actually receive any oxygen, and the real oxygen tank is over at this end of the base. Is the DLC for Silksong out? No, otherwise I would probably be streaming a lot less on Silksong, because remember I have the Speedrunning Silksong every day until the DLC releases. Once it does release, I'll probably only be streaming like twice a week. Okay, we have fuel solved now, and I think it's producing CBD fast enough that I can just cut off the backup supply here. Oh, not like there's anything in there in the first place. So now we're gonna get wireless AE2. I'm not gonna put this in the video if I make one. I'm not sure. Again, I don't know if I'm gonna do more Let's Play videos. Really depends. But either way, this is sort of just part of the building in between part. So we want a wireless AE2 terminal. This is gonna be a nightmare. Is 9 still here? Do you plan on slowing down on speedrunning after DLC, or are you just not gonna stream it as much? I'm not gonna slow down, because right now I still want to speedrun more than I already do, so, like, I want to do more. And I'll speedrun as much as I want. But there'll probably be a lot more practicing between streams, because some streams I would do a run when I'm not really ready to. And also I want to run 100% eventually. I want to run 100% eventually, so that will require like a week of practice, and then 1 speedrun, and then another week of practice, because 100% is almost 5 hours long at a world record level. What is this? Wireless level terminal. Universal... whatever, we're not looking at that. So, what stopped us last time I tried to make this is these item circuits, which need a whole annoying crafting chain. So let's start with that laser engraver. Should try a blindfolded run? Maybe. Crafting things got really easy with AE2. So the machine hall's done, and then I can just wait for the pistons here. Was yesterday's practice? I mean, every non-PB is a practice run. Definitely. No, I'm gonna do another all achievements run today, or another attempt. I suddenly really want to be the first person to do an all-achievements speedrun, and I think I could, for reasons that will become apparent when I do the stream today. If Triceratops is in the chat, don't say anything. Don't say a word. It'll be so funny. Actually, it'll probably only be apparent tomorrow, but still. How long will this stream be on for? Until I get bored. I want to get wireless AE2 and then start building at least today. But wireless AE2 is going to take a hot minute. So this EV laser engraver I think will just be for AE2 recipes. It needs diamond plates, which... Are these automated? No. None of these plates are automated. Aspect, like... I said this at the end of last video. Aspect left me with a half-built base and told me it was ready. But there's a lot of stupid recipes that just weren't made, and I keep getting surprised by them. So that'll get us the engraved diamond chip, and then that goes into a forming press with the diamond chipset. That needs a redstone chipset. Okay. And I can do this in the same laser engraver. Dude, this is stupid. The bees are actually so powerful. I keep looking at these resource stockpiles and just being shocked, because this is too much. Iron, gold, redstone, and steel are still from the witch farm, though, so those aren't part of it. But the rest of this is insane. Oh yeah, and tantalite processing went very well. It was 3k tantalite. I should get another type filter, because there's a problem with that. With that factory. That I didn't fix. Also, since I now edit videos as I go, this ore processing system was built yesterday. So if it's recent for you guys, because you just watched the video, it is equally recent for me. Because the video came out like 3 hours after I built this. Still some problems to work out. How do I even want to do this? Because I want it to look a bit clean. Whatever, I'm not going to be able to do that effectively. Here. I also need an item pipe. I'll just do the large aluminum here. Also, there's starting to be a stereotype around me and Aspect's base that it's too confusing and like a labyrinth. Do you guys, as viewers, feel like this stereotype is accurate? Because, like, it's not that bad. I can navigate it just fine. Yes, it's true? Come on. Does this work now? How did this happen? You can navigate it because you built it? Only most of it. I didn't build all of it. Where's this supposed to go now? I think I was supposed to just ore wash it in here. You're not missing water. False information. Why is the ore washer so elaborate? Like, why does it have to go through this whole cleaning process and everything? Why not go with AE2 on ore proc? I don't know how I'd use AE2 on ore proc. I see other bases and what they're doing, and it seems like really confusing. Like, this is AE2ified. Anything, any ore I want that's in storage will get imported in here. It just goes through all this. I feel like this is much more simple. Okay, there. That'll get us some niobium. But yeah, guys, it's not that confusing. Like, this is our MV chemical area. This is for all the MV tier chemicals. It's our CBD factory. This is our polymer line and our fluid solidifiers. Fluid storage, epoxy factory. The oil refinery is all over there. And then we have a random hallway here, and then this is ore processing, more hallway here, circuit production, sodium persulfate, random chemical reactor. This used to be useful, it's not anymore. Circuit production, it's not that confusing. Oh yeah, and then there's also everything back here. And then this goes all the way to the B area. Okay, now that I'm flying around, it does feel like it goes on forever. Oh yeah, and the house. I don't think people have seen this. Because I didn't point it out in the video, I forgot. But I did this at one point. I think it was off stream. Just casual building. The owners refused to sell their house, and so we didn't have planning permission. Just had to build around it. Oh yeah, there's also this. This is a multi-block item extractor. It doesn't do fluids, it's just an item extractor. Made that on stream in HV. Just assumed it was somewhat the standard. Well, it's probably the standard among Gregtech, well, GTNH players who need to do it on a stupidly large scale, but I don't need to yet, and this worked fine to process 12,000 tantalite, so I don't see an issue. This is still more elegant than anything else I've built before, and I'm very happy with it. They have noise complaints? Well, they can't exit their house, so they can't actually get anywhere to send the complaint to. Okay, we're gonna put both of these on because this will do the engraved diamond chip and the redstone chip. And then the forming press handles the diamond chip set. Do I already have... Yeah. Okay, now let's try to craft just the basic part of this. Item circuit tier 2. Why can't you craft it? Oh. Wait, I can make that, right? This is... Yeah, this is what I put together. Forming press sees a lot of use in GTNH. which I've never seen before. Okay, we did a thing! So we can now craft up to 16 and 64k cells. That's very nice. Mentioned in the last video that you didn't like having fluid drops in the crafting terminal. I don't care if I have fluid drops in the crafting terminal. I made a joke that it, like, completely took over the UI. I don't care. Oh, you guys want to see something really funny? Aspect made it so that we can auto-craft ME terminals, but forgot to automate illuminated panels. Why? What is this? Oh, to be fair, that is kind of cursed, but luckily they're all single-use tools, and so I can actually still put them in here. We don't have single-use screwdrivers? What are we doing? Third world country over here. This is really interesting. Wait, why would you do this? This seems like a really dumb idea. That's like a really bad recipe. I'm lazy. $16 stacks of all? I don't want to... Dude. I don't want to buy that much. That's so much. I guess I have to. This is the type of thing you buy once and then never again. By the way, Tofu Corp has some fire deals recently. I got one where I got a stack of maintenance hatches, a bunch of HV input hatches and buses, and then also a muffler hatch, and a stack of duct tape, all in one deal. For 4 tofu coin, or Singularity coin. That was very nice. Does he mean 60 stacks of any, or 16 stacks of all? Because I'm taking it to mean that I just fill this barrel up with everything. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That's too early. Shit. It's steel and they have it passive. We have steel passives as well, I'm just lazy. I could probably take these for free and they wouldn't care though, you're right. I do wish there were more cool shops on this server. Like, not shops like this, because shops like this I knew would be bad, because the whole point is to passive everything. But, like my casino, or Nine's record shop that he has planned. Like, those are things that are not automatable. They're commodities. They're cool little trinkets and doodads. Or, you know, like gambling. I wish there was more stuff like that on the server, but I can't finish my casino ever because I'm infinitely behind in progression. And no one's building anything else. You know what? Easiest way to do this. Oh, it needs a pickaxe, okay. Apparently that's not fast enough. There we go. That was easy. Okay. We have that done. Now, can we please autocraft this? There we go. It's still stuck on the engraved diamond chip. That has me a little bit concerned. Yeah, it won't do anything in here. That's an ender eye lens. I always mix them up. Also, the laser engraver is probably the single least realistic part of GTNH, or Gregtech as a whole. No, GTNH has magic. But the laser engraver is probably the least realistic part. Because first of all, you're laser engraving wafers with no chemicals. You're just just shooting light wherever you feel like. And then also, for some reason, the color of the lens changes things. And a black lens is apparently really good. That just makes sense. Okay, I need a singularity mentioned. Idea. Problem solved. Anti-photons. Maybe? No. No. No, not at all. Never mind. Oh, it doesn't output. Dude, I'm such a genius. I forgot everything when designing this machine. Oh yeah, something I gotta do one of these streams, now that I'm probably gonna be leaning into more live streaming content, is clean out the quests. This is something I think Flurbin and Chief Logan, up until we left, well, until he left, they've been doing this for every tier. There's a bunch of just random quests that I want to fill out for dopamine. Another thing I gotta do, I'll probably do this in IV, is fill out all the foods. There's still this entire page of things left to eat. And a lot of these are really easy, like fries, which I just didn't do because it needed a chemical bath back then, and that wasn't possible. Beef jerky just needs me to put it on the drying rack, but then there's also Thaumcraft and Twilight Forest foods that are going to be a bit more annoying. And then forestry foods, which I'm going to ask Mastiox, and we're just going to, like, hurt ourselves trying to get that. Oh wow, it's actually basically done. My base can actually craft things? No. Oh, yeah, actually, no. No, it can't. Why do you need a circuit number? Oh, it's making 2. That's why it didn't look like it was doing anything. Yo, 64K. Oh, I should probably craft these. Yeah, I should have done this for the quests. Because I think there's a lot of things here that... Why does it want a dense smart cable? That seems really dumb. Any chance on a return to Heki's Grill and Chill Steakhouse restaurant with new food items? That restaurant does exist. But there's barely any foods we could still add to it, and also it's just built into the casino now. So a return to it would just be fleshing out the casino, making it work. Like your kind of GTMH progression more than those other teams, because what they do is simply ridiculous. Well, no, I'm gonna be doing most of what they're doing, if I feel like it. Because I'm horribly behind this way, so that's not a thing that's gonna, like, stick around in the series. And plus, GTNH naturally becomes like that later in the game. They're just doing it early. What's the music from? What game do you think I would possibly put in the background? It's Silksong. It's Silksong. Everything's Silksong. It's all I think about. I want everyone in chat to at least try Hollow Knight or Silksong. I believe Silksong's, like, significantly better. But I want you guys to try it because I'm pretty sure most of you think it's just Mario, and that's very sad to me, because it's not. It's not at all. And especially when it comes to speedrunning, the dopamine you get from speedrunning is very similar to the factory game dopamine. You would be shocked. Just don't jive with that kind of platformer. Well, that's the thing. I don't know if people actually know what kind of platformer Silksong is. Like, calling it a platformer brings a lot of misconceptions, because there's only around 3 parts of the game where platforming matters. Apart from that, it's like an adventure game. Who did the bee breeding? Me. Over the last few weeks, it was me. It was started by Chief Logan, adapted a little bit by Aspect, but most of the useful bees have been made by me. It's a Metroidvania, technically. Yes. A 2D platform is how you briefly explain it to someone who hasn't played any game like it, but it's a Metroidvania. Which means you're exploring the map with very little, like, actual, like, here's where you need to go, fight this thing. No, it's an open world exploration where you collect abilities and upgrades, and it's very non-linear in your progression. If you ever get stumped by a boss that's too difficult or a platforming section that's too difficult, you go somewhere else and get more upgrades. Everything can be done out of order, but it's still, like, I don't know how, it's very good. Can make a guide on how to make those busted bees. No, I couldn't, because I only know how to take really good bees and use them to turn bad bees into good bees. Like, how do I explain this? if I go over here, Chief Logan and Aspect had already worked to gather a bunch of pristine bees, and then also make a bunch of really good bees. This one isn't. Like these clay bees. These have blinding production and shortest lifespan. I don't know how the hell they did that. Maybe there's bees in the wild that have these traits, and you just find them. I don't know. If you can find these traits on any bee just from breaking a hive, then you're set. But then from there, you just combine it in an apiary with, like if I want a clay princess, I'd combine it with an unusual princess like this and repeat it until it fully replaces all of its traits, and then I can selectively breed with other things if I want to trade just specific traits, and it's a very long process. I'm glad I have a Frame of Frenzy and some world accelerators, because it sucks without those. What do I need to do in order to bring Gregtech back to this channel? You said that on a Gregtech stream. Also, if I was leaving Gregtech nothing, go watch someone else, I guess. You said that on a Gregtech stream. Do you realize how ironic that is? I'm sorry I dared to play a different game, because I'm really, really good at it. Top in the world. Sorry, I'll just sit here and play GTNH forever. Okay, we have a wireless crafting terminal. I forget how to link these without a security terminal. Do you actually need a security terminal to link it? Also, how do I charge it is another question. We need a monument to quotes like that. That's the type of thing that if they commented it on the stream, I'd pin it. Hang it on a wall. Truly one of the messages of all time. I did say in the description, ask anything, and he asked one of the possible questions, so good for him. Okay, oh, I think I know what I can do here. Oh, this is HV? What are we doing? Come on. We've been able to do this for so long. I even set up my own cool little slice and splice system. Don't do that, please. Okay, what does the recipe actually look like? There we go. We love Hunt Hustle's random comments trying to imitate Gregtech because he doesn't understand. Hecuba's lovely factory. Let's go. I could have a comment wall. I don't know if I want to frame comments like that, because it is just a person who's like slightly confused and maybe a bit annoyed that I'm not uploading the content he wants, and I don't want to shame him for that. Like, to be honest, I think some part of me would do that if my favorite YouTuber was going and playing Mario. Some part of me would want to do that. So I'm not gonna hang it up on a wall to shame him. No, it's fine. Okay, does this work? No. Lovely. Less jumpy game, more machine game. Thing is, I want to make it clear, Silksong is not Mario, though. It's not jumpy game. So the Mario hate today, because I got a comment that was just saying that Silksong is a Mario ripoff, and I realized that that's probably the misconception that some people have. So that's just the analogy I'm using. It's just not at all. But like before I played Hollow Knight, to me that's what every single platformer was. So it's like totally understandable for a Gregtech player to think that. Oh, because Silksong is super popular? I mean, the Silksong videos aren't super popular. I make them because I like the game. And I'm in the speedrunning community, which is probably a more niche community than Gregtech. By a marginal amount. They have a lot of overlap, by the way. I keep getting recognized in the Silksong speedrunning Discord for Project Singularity. Like, they haven't even seen my Silksong stuff. They're like, oh, that's Hekiba from Project Singularity. Like, there's overlap. There's a lot. Like when the server gets into the higher tiers, it's going to be historical. Several of our members have run or helped run Stargate servers, and we also know the people who host this server, HypeServe. We're in direct contact with them. All of our discussions months before starting Project Singularity and even before announcing it were all about lag prevention and everything. We have a lot of ways around it. Lag is not going to be an issue, and I can guarantee that. What I need to find Christ. I understand if this question is a bit too much for stream. It is a bit too much, but read and study. If Christianity's true, then you'll be able to find that on your own. Sleeping on Silksong speedruns because I'd rather play it myself. That's completely understandable. In fact, everyone, please don't watch my Silksong speedruns if you haven't beat the game. Because holy spoilers. The game, a lot of the parts that I love about the game are the story and the way it presents itself slowly reveals more. If you watch a speedrun first of all, you're going to be comparing your gameplay to the speedrun forever, and you're going to feel terrible. And second, you're gonna ruin the entire story for yourself. So do not watch my speedruns if you intend on playing the game. And haven't yet. Where do I want to put this? Like here? Does that work? Oh, did it not connect it automatically? It did not. Thank you, Gregtech. I'm hoping this can just be plugged into a cable like this. I have bad news. How do I fill this thing with power then? Or wait. No, it doesn't hold a capacitor. I'll do this. I didn't hold the 64K component. Oh, it needed 4 of them. That's why. Okay. Oh, these get big. Somehow it thinks I haven't done this. Needs RF, not EU. But, if you go over here, this machine needs RF, but I'm just plugging it into this line. Also waiting on 1 speedrunner versus 3 hunters. That will be when I can see speedrun strats while also not spoiling. Wait, do you mean waiting for Fireborn's a speedrunner versus 3 hunters? Because I think I might do that first. I'm significantly better at the game than Fireborn, so I think it's like more interesting to watch a really good speedrunner do that rather than just a fairly decent speedrunner like Fire. Ender.io uses RF. No, I'm saying, like, that thing doesn't care, and that's Ender.io. Yeah, Fireborn stuff? Okay. I will be doing Speedrunner versus Hunters probably eventually. Either with Fireborn or with my own friends and speedrunning, like, acquaintances, I guess. Speedrunning peers. There's a way you could convert the power through a capacitor. And someone else has an idea. Try the bottom. I'll do that first. Because is it different from other sides? Doesn't seem like it. Nah. What I can do is I can go check what Goose is doing, because I know he has a wireless charger. I don't know if any other teams do. Every time I go there, my staff of traveling just gets filled. I'll have to find it, though. This base, by the way, is so annoying because they have no lighting. You have to use night vision to go around here. They really do not care about aesthetics, though, I can say that. I guess I can Y-search this. Easy game. Yeah, they're just plugging HV superconductor into the bottom. Though it has already lost all of its power because it's charging my wireless terminal. Go into Goose's funny nuclear reactor. I'm sad that I didn't catch it on recording, but they showed me that nuclear reactor like a week before the video was released. And it was so funny, but I forgot to hit record. Because I was just in shock and terror for the whole interaction. Like, I'd walk in there, and it's like, oh, it's on fire. I'd punch it, and then there's just more fire. I'm like, what the hell did you do to this thing? Okay. Apparently we can just plug this into the bottom, and it will look like it has no power because it's charging everything. No, but it is actually doing nothing. Why? Dude, this song is so good every time. Dude, this is so huge. You have so much tantalum. Did I put that in the EBS? I meant to put that in the vacuum freezer. We really should automate the vacuum freezer. Oh. Oh, another thing I want to do soon is get some level maintainers, just so that we can have a constant supply of some resources. Like circuits. Oh man, where should I put this? There, now it's working. Now that I've forced the power directly into it. It'll be a lot slower than Goose's system, but I don't need it very good. So, does anyone in chat know, do I actually need a security terminal to link this? Because usually I use a security terminal, but surely that's not the only way to connect this to storage. But I know that's just a slot for booster cards. I think you do? Okay. I'll have to make 16Ks. You know what? I'll make 4 16Ks. Just for the quest. Circuit crafting is still so slow. I might set up some subnets in here for all these circuit assemblers. At this point, I am kind of stress testing the base to see if CBD will last. I'm debating if we do CBD or high-octane gasoline for late-game power. Right now, it seems like this thing's being pushed really hard. But if I can get enough CBD flowing through the base, then I could start scaling up to Tofu Corp sizes. Because I have enough resources where I could just build Tofu Corp. Your base is running off of weed? Is CBD an acronym for something like that? I meant cetane boosted diesel. Oh, hold on. Isn't there a... Yeah, there's a better microprocessor recipe. Or... No, it's not really better. Dude... GTNH moment. Anything useful or satisfying in normal GT is just not there. Why does it say it's crafting it, but it's not? Oh. Oh, please stop. I think I know why. I'll use the interface terminal. No, it is actually doing it there. Well, then what circuit assembler was it? Oh, it was the bottom one. Okay, I'll put it in here. And somehow it lost... It lost some of the components. Because they're just apparently sitting in some invisible queue. There we go. Just parallelize with interface P2Ps. That's what I was just saying I was gonna do. Why does it claim I don't have this? Thank you, quests. So many of these types of quests that show me what the intended path of progression is, and it's so much worse. It's just so weird that there's no resource passive until LUV, when the resource costs are so high. TFG has no resource passive, but the resource costs are balanced, like, reasonably with it. Very odd that GTNH is like this. Or whatever, it wasn't made to be easy. Let's go! Let's go, this is huge. Okay, I'll need to get a few booster cards. But yeah, its base range is already enough that I'm good in this small area. I think we can do this, yeah. I think Tofu Corp unironically can do that right now. Why is... Oh, the security terminal ate its channels. Okay. Been playing some TFG, let's go. I had a TFG video planned, and then they told me that they're updating it, and everything I was planning wouldn't work. And so now I'm waiting. Is it bad that I ran 5,000 blocks south and found blood lilies but no kaolinite? Why are you doing that? You don't... They removed the, like, run south for kaolinite search, like, a year and a half ago, maybe longer. Like, by episode 5 of my series, that was out of the pack. That's not a thing. I made a whole video about it, because it's such an important change. Watched your videos about 2 years ago? That's strange. They're not even 2 years old. I know what you mean, though. Watch them as they were being released. Like, I released a video talking about the TFG update. It's a very old update, 0.9. Now they're on 0.11.21, I think? But update 0.9 removed... added the beneath, which made it so that you did not need to go searching for kaolinite like that. Like, it's just under your house. I'm not joking. It is under your house. Dig down. Does it not spawn around volcanoes? I don't think it ever did. It spawns in old mountains, highlands, and plateaus at rainfall above 300 millimeters and Y level above 80. Guys, read your quests. Like, it's not like they're hiding it. It's in the quests. They say, go to the beneath. There's kaolinite and graphite in the beneath. Don't ignore the quests. Okay. This thing's fine now. Why does this keep its search? How many of these can I make right now? Quite a few. Oh yeah, something I did off camera is I passived aluminum. Using the bees, I took aluminum hydroxide and put it through these two EDFs. Now we have 13k aluminum. For some reason it stopped though. We still have aluminum hydroxide, so it should be going. Power loss. No? There's no way you had power loss. Ender Pearl Plate's being a little bit... not... wow. Ender Pearl Plate is a bit scary, because I don't know where we get Ender Pearls. Well, I can probably chuck a few more in here. Okay, that's getting a bit expensive. This is fine, right? This doesn't use too much power. How far does that extend? Oh, yes. Oh, it's so nice. Holy. And I should probably center it in my base, because having it there is a bit weird. Like, I'll just stick it here. Oh, wait, that's gonna give it the wrong network. That's too far. Where do I even want this? Screw it, we'll just stick it on this line. Damn GTNH Lightning. Did you ever play RimWorld? No. I've played like 4 games ever. It's Terraria, Hollow Knight, Gregtech, and Silksong. Oh, and Factorio, I guess. Okay, so how far does this extend? Guys, this is so peak. Holy shit. That's a huge range. So I think the range is larger than the glass sky. Got 2k hours in Terraria. Damn, that's the first person I've seen who has more than me. In fact, for a short time I had more hours than Chief Logan. Unironically. I have 1,500 in Terraria if you add my Calamity and Vanilla hours. Which means that Terraria is actually one of the few games that I have more hours in than Silksong. Okay. We have our wireless crafting terminal now. This is huge. Now it's time to build. So what do we build first? Because there's a lot of things I need to do. I need to cover the base with a roof. I also need to fill this in. I think this is probably the worst part of the base to me. I don't know what aspect you used to dig everything out, but it's really messy, really just strange, and it's left so many holes. Like, this end of the base looks horrendous. So I'm gonna fill that in. Oh, I don't have to go here anymore. Holy shit. It's so peak. In fact, I think I can just do the second wave of AE2ification, which is chucking all of my tools and, like, everything. Probably not all my tools, because they'll take up types. But most of this stuff will just go into AE2 now. What is this? Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna find food in storage. It's actually kind of annoying to search for it. These are nice to have if I'm away from the base. Anything in here that I would use in the base should not be in here. This is huge. Yeah, literally all of this. Let's go. We're so back. And now if I walk over here, boom, it's charged. Should I play TFG right now? I mean, depends if you have time for it, but yeah, TFG's really good. Best mod pack ever made. You cannot change my mind. Also, this is strange. I'm gonna get rid of all this. Or compress them into one stack. So this big backpack has nothing of value anymore, so we'll throw that in storage, and this is just gonna be for tools and stuff. Because I can't understand the forging mechanics at all. Unfortunately, I don't have an anvil to demonstrate here, but what you gotta learn is equivalence. Every button on the right is very, very slightly different, but very close to its equivalent button on the left. So, like, light hit will move 3 pixels to the left, and punch will move 2 pixels to the right, while the medium hit moves 6 pixels to the left, and the bend moves 7 pixels to the right. They're very close. And then you just learn those differences, like a medium hit bend is a net movement of 1 to the right. And so if the pattern wants a bend, then you go to the middle, and then you move 1 to the left to make up for that 1 to the right difference. Then you do a medium hit, now you're 7 to the left, and a bend, and you land right where you want to be. Made easier with the lines they added. I hate that texture pack, by the way. That is like using X-ray. That is the only bad thing they have done to the pack. The whole appeal of Terraforming Craft to me was that cool-ass forging minigame, and then they essentially added X-ray to it. I love that so much. And now every time I join a competitive TFG event, I just see all my teammates going, oh, this one is plus 14 and then plus 15 and minus 7. Like, shut up, bro. Play the damn game. Doing math over here? What are we doing? That is the only bad change. How do I want to do this? Oh, I built this wall completely wrong. Yeah, I did this really badly. I could just make an alternate wall design for a 3-block wide. That would fix it. Because I've run into these problems before. Makes it very hard to tile the wall. Do I have a mattock in here? Yes. You have a degree in physics, if I remember right. Dude, No. No, I never went to post-secondary. You might be thinking of Martin Pants, who does, and puts a lot of physics stuff in his videos, but no, not me. I have a great interest in science and stuff, but I think school is a horrendously designed system that ruined any passion I had for taking any professional education in that. So my knowledge just comes from reading and picking up stuff randomly. Public school system in both Canada and the US has to be probably the worst designed institution in the West right now. Like, it sucks at its job so bad that I'm pretty sure it makes kids dumber. It makes it so you don't think for yourself, you just sort of take numbers and random information and vomit it out on a test and forget about it the next day. Like, negative educational value. Awful here in Germany, too. The only country I've heard has a decent school system is Finland, but that's only from hearsay, so I don't know. Of course, it's a Scandinavian country. Why am I going back to the AE2 system? I have this. So peak. Can I replace this? I can. I'm doing a smart. Watch this. So unfortunately this leaves the wall very asymmetrical, but it actually doesn't seem to look that bad. There, we'll use that, and then that lets me turn this wall around. Oh, slight problem. If I want to turn this wall, then I guess I can kind of force that. If I want to turn this wall, this thing would want a 5 long segment here, but then this side would want it to go out to here, and so the tough patterning would look different. So what do I do? I think I can just do a 3 wide here. And then this will have to be 5 again. So that places... No, it's really off-centered. Okay, so that's not an option. I could make the wall too thick. I don't know how I would cleanly do that. Then the other thing, the last thing I could do is offset this by 1. Like this. So there's a double pillar there, and then they both can move at the same rate. I think that's what I'm going to go with. Okay, do I remember how this works? I'm really staring at it here. I'm just trying to memorize the design so that I can easily place it. Okay. Yeah, there's more. It goes like this, 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 and this. Right? No. There we go. Is this Green Path music? Yes, we've moved on to the Hollow Knight part of the playlist. Silksong is the majority of it, then there's like 12 Hollow Knight songs, and then a few, like 3 or 4 Celeste songs, and then it loops. I haven't played Celeste in a long time, never beat the game, but I really appreciate the game's music, and I love its speedrunning scene, and so I just throw in a few of those. Silksong and Celeste have to be the 2 best speedrunning games out there. Why am I moving back and forth like this? What are we doing? Here, this is what I want to look at. So I'm making my judgment my judgment on Celeste completely as an outsider. Well, Silksong, I'm like at the top of the leaderboard. I wonder if I could have used oak as a bronze block. Why? Oh, there, now it crafted. That was weird. Oh, whatever. Actually, I think I'll put a wall, not a wall, a door here. But two very different things. He has a ram, get him. Me sitting here, me sitting over here sweating with 64 gigabytes of DDR5. OpenAI stops by my house every evening to ask if I have more RAM. It's like the Gestapo. Oh no. I'm hiding RAM in my basement. 64? Hey, I'm a modded Minecraft YouTuber. You gotta do it. Video editing and modded Minecraft are like the two #1 RAM eaters. What's your PC specs? Enough that every speedrunner gets pissed whenever I mention that I can consistently first try an FPS-dependent skip. There's this one room in Silksong where, briefly when you're loading the room, the cycle for where all the obstacles are moving, it starts during that loading time, and so if your loads take longer, then the cycle will basically start later. Well, it'll start earlier, and once you go there, it'll be in a later position, and it makes it way harder. But because my PC is so good, sometimes I go too fast and overshoot the cycle, which happens to no other speedrunners in the community. Like, whenever I mention that to the world record holder, he just tells me to go kill my... Jokingly, of course, but still, like, he has a fairly normal PC, and he can't get through that room the fast way. Because it's FPS dependent. So yeah, I have a pretty good PC. And then there's another skip I was learning today that is apparently very difficult on low FPS. But I just eyeballed it and did it first try, and everyone in the VC started freaking out because it's like a really difficult skip, unless your FPS is really high. For some reason, I don't know. How did you even get that thing? 1 week before the RAM crisis, that's how. Oh, and also TFG money. Let's go. Thank you guys. You spent time watching ads, and now I'm rich. Also, I've been curious about this. This is a shower thought. Is RAM more expensive than gold by weight? Like, if you had a 16GB RAM stick, would the same amount of mass in gold be worth more or less? Probably what? Is the gold more or less valuable? Pretty sure there's gold in RAM, but like, I mean, if you had it 100% gold. It depends on the density of the transistors. I'm talking about a 16GB RAM stick here, DDR4. How does it compare to the same mass in gold? Gold is like $100 a gram? Okay. So the gold is still more expensive. We're fine. We're fine. OpenAI can go buy some more then. Everyone stop freaking out. You should only start being worried once it's more expensive than gold. Leave 4 grams of gold in a RAM stick with a pair of them. It seems scarily close. Wait, is there actually that much in a RAM stick? I thought gold was, like, used very sparsely in electronics for really tiny conductors. Like, wouldn't that mostly just be in the PCIe interface? Or is there some in the chips? Still, that would be a tiny amount. Someone said they had a question. They haven't said a word since. I'm scared. It's the type of person to go on a Q&A post and say... And say, I have a question, and then just not have anything else on the comment. Well, 28 gigabytes of RAM costs 2,200 USD and weighs more than 30 grams. 30 grams of gold is 4,700 USD. So as you go up in RAM sizes, then it gets closer. So what capacity of RAM would you have to reach before it's more expensive than gold? Like, do you need a 256 RAM stick? Oh no, DDR5 is actually close. Wait, what are we gonna put here? Because I think I need some kind of factory to cover this up, or just terraform it. But I think it wouldn't make sense if this was just dirt, so what factory should go here? Oh, I know. We'll do, not a factory, we'll do our storage here. All of our AE2 storage. Like all the crafting computers and stuff. What mod pack are you doing Project Singularity on? It's Gregtech New Horizons. I said it maybe 40 times in the first video. Please. I can tell by the way you ask that question that you're not ready for this pack. There are way better Gregtech options. Miles better. Play Terraforming Greg or Nomi Factory. Because I swear the only people I know who like GTNH only like it because it's their first mod pack. Because they do not know any better. This pack is only fun when you're on something like Project Singularity and you got a bunch of other people who are using crazy exploits to generate resources and skip all the nasty parts. What's your opinion on RLCraft? I haven't played it. I haven't really heard good things about it either, so... It's not a factory mod pack though, so I'm not really interested. Though some people told me to play it on the TFG video, because they're like, oh, TFG's a survival mod pack. No, it isn't. Maybe for the first hour it is. Star Technology is another good one. Oh yeah, I've heard a lot about that one. It seems to be one of the easier Gregtech packs out there, but that's definitely not a bad thing. A lot of, like, Gregtech elitists and gatekeepers are like, it has to be difficult to be a good mod pack. No. Mechanism is still probably one of my favorite individual mods, and it's very easy. So yeah, Star Technology is very good, I just haven't played it. Because it's mostly just modern Gregtech, just normal stuff that I've done quite a bit by now. And if I'm going to do modern Gregtech, then I'm going to do TFG, because they do it really well. TFG and TFC Hard Rock aren't the same thing. Someone think that? Yeah, they're very different. Hard Rock is kinda ass. GTNH to Gregtech is what Hard Rock is to TFC. It's like unnecessarily difficult and takes away the reasons I'd want to play Terraforming Craft. Played it with a friend once. We just sort of gave up after getting to iron because it's like, yeah, nothing's getting better, it's only getting worse. Are we out of tough? Okay, well, I've learned things since the last time we've had a tough issue. Yeah, that works for me. Wait, that's gonna be like so much. Like I need a 64k cell if I want to do that. Trying to find the one where you had player bots that would progress alongside you and raid your base? What? I don't think any mods do that. Sounds kinda dumb. What's your opinion on exploration in TFG? Oh, it's a exploration, I guess. No way he thinks the Arnians are bots. Wait, is that what he's saying? Oh, hell no. My poor friends get called bots more than actual bots. It's crazy. Thank you, ping. I don't even have that bad of ping. Oh, I forgot to start a time lapse. Well, whoops. Wait, how do you get an amethyst cluster just on its own? Oh yeah, this song goes hard. I used this in probably one of my favorite bits in the Silksong speedrunning video. This takes forever, bro. will Project Singularity be updated towards 2.9 once it comes out? They have taken their time to patch basically everything we use in this server. Me and Aspect wouldn't be hit too hard, but Tofu Corp and the Ducklings and a little bit Vix really don't want to update to that because it would just destroy their base. Okay, guys, we're gonna do something really cool here. Once I can get all the items ready. How do you... Wait, what? How do you get an amethyst club? There we go. It just didn't appear. I think my ping is going crazy. Or someone has dropped some TPS bomb. Now we're fine. No, I want that wings. I haven't listened to HK music as much recently, forgot how good it was. I mean, it's good. It's still very good. Shouldn't downplay it with Silksong. But Silksong is better. I'm falling right now. Isn't there a command that's like ping? Yeah, I'm not doing super great right now. 200 millisecond ping, I don't think that's the problem. I believe the problem right now is packet loss. I've had this before. And it's especially bad when you go to the Ducklings base. So, I'm stuck in purgatory. Oh, there's blocks. I'm scared I'm gonna fall into their reactor just through the floor. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's packet loss. We're gonna have to sit here for a bit. Would you play Supersymmetry? Maybe, but something I said earlier in this live stream is I'm not gonna be doing Let's Play content. There might not even be another Project Singularity video in the same style. What are you doing? Oh, it keeps teleporting me to the... I see. Okay. Are we done now? There we go. But yeah, I'm probably not going to upload any more Let's Play content, because that's, to me, it feels like slop content, and I'm very unhappy with it. And now it no longer even fulfills the last purpose it had, which was making me money to live, because YouTube's my job. So now I'm just going to work on videos I like. Which, honestly, I needed that Project Singularity video to do that, because that's my wake-up call. Okay. This is off. Good. I think I can leave this cell in. We're gonna do a really cool thing, if I remember how this works. I think we hit this, and then we go like this. Oh, we're fine, right? Okay. There, yeah, this is good. This may be the single coolest thing on the entire server right now. Also, what is that? Ender Amethyst ore. This seems really useless. Oh wait, the armor's actually kinda good. I don't have any armor. Having calcite, tough, and blackstone is really nice, though. Are we sure TPS is fine? No, TPS is... It's a little bit worse than usual. Like the milliseconds here, but it says the TPS is still 20. So it shouldn't be slowing things down. Why does it feel slower? Oh, it filled the wrong cell. Okay, so I think I just put this in here and then this in here. Yeah. And this is my 4K cell. I made this at the end of last episode and sort of just left it here. Though I should probably still leave it here. There we go. Eventually we'll have that ourselves. Aspect was promising to do that in EV, in early EV, but he hasn't been on the server in 3 weeks, so I guess he's not doing that. Don't think we really need to, because it makes so much each time. Also, our storage system's in a really awkward spot, and I plan to fix that now that we're gonna do some expansion. Oh, we need new drives. Actually, did we buy a bunch of drives? No, but we can auto-craft them. Okay. Oh, something I'm gonna order right now is just a bunch of nanocircuits. I just hit my mic. Oh yeah, does supersymmetry have realistic semiconductor manufacturing? Because I know Gregtech kinda does, but it's also Gregtech's least realistic thing. Like, you have to put on the photoresist and then I actually really don't know much at all. You have to, there's like photoresist and then like lasers on there to evaporate certain materials, and it's weird. It's the real life process. Hold on, can you upgrade a nanocircuit in an HV assembler? That's an HV circuit assembler. Okay, you're gonna be really annoying. No, it has to be EV. So if I'm gonna parallel anything, it has to be EV. That's really expensive. No, never mind. Apparently it's not. It's 600 EU a tick. I can do that. Okay. Yeah, it works. So now if I check here... There we go. Tons of tough, deep slate, blackstone, amethyst, and calcite. That's really nice. Oh, and ender amethyst. Wow. Ender amethyst, which is useless as far as I can tell. But I might want some new clothes. Oh yeah, those leggings are better. I'll just do that. Boom. Phenomenal. I don't need armor. I don't know why you can't step up blocks like that. E2 coming in ZPM? So, listen, I'm the Minecraft's most realistic mod pack guy because of TFG. But for a mod to be fun, you can't make it all realistic. You take all the realism that is satisfying, and you leave out the parts that are annoying and terrible. So, Supersymmetry, why do you have to gate A2 behind ZPM? What are we doing? I think EV is actually kind of reasonable. Both TFG and GTNH do that. Because beyond EV, you can't really play the game without AE2. And it forces you to get a little bit more fun automation. I started to appreciate that because of TFG. I think that's nice. But ZPM is a bit diabolical. Does GTNH have Gregtech armor? It should have the nano suit. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Apparently they're upgrades to other things, and they're done through Thaumcraft. That's weird. Oh, no, this is just... No, this is a Thaumcraft thing. Never mind. The actual nano suit is just HV. I could probably make this. As a jetpack. I don't think I care. Cool. Music gives me PTSD. I completed Pantheon 5 finally, just 3 months before Silksong's release. That was the last achievement I got, and it was 3.5 years after the achievement before it, which was Passing of the Age. So Passing of the Age was the second last achievement. That was in 2023. No, 2022. And then Pantheon 5 was in mid-2025. Thank you, Pantheon 5. I hope they do the same thing in Silksong, though, because Silksong's combat is just so satisfying. If I had to grind every day on a boss rush for a week, I would be so happy, dude. I don't care how hard it is. I want more of this movement. So fun. Unfortunately, I've reached the point where I understand Silksong's mechanics too much, and whatever challenge they add, I will be done with within a day or two, which is very sad. But, like, what am I gonna do? Stop playing the game now? I think that's worse. Bro, hit the skill ceiling? No. No one has hit the skill ceiling. Silksong's skill ceiling is a mile high. I think the closest anyone is right now is Nebula. Civ, I don't even think Civ's the best player anymore. I think Nebula will take world record soon. And Nebula's sum of best is way lower than Civ. So, Nebula's the closest person there, and he said we've barely scratched the surface. Like, he's seen things, we're not even close. There's a lot to go with Silksong. And then there's also 100%, which starts using other crests, and each crest might as well be its own playable character with how the movement changes. And so that's just a whole mess of new mechanics that we'd have to learn. Also, this is impossible to put pillars on. Oh, never mind. I figured out how to do it here. I can probably do it again. Maybe. Dude was schmooving. Everything that Nebula does looks like tasks. Once I start my sub 50 grind, which will be after the all achievement speedrun, I will be trying to do that. Like, I want to beat some of Nebula's room sobs, and I want to actually reach that level. Because currently Nebula is the only person who knows how to do that kind of tech, and I don't like that. I think I could learn to do it too. So that's what we're gonna learn for my 49. How do I do this? How do I fill this in without looking weird? Also, what the hell is this? What? Most sane aspect design. Make a too thick window? Could look weird. Hold on, I have an idea. I need to let it cook in my head for a little bit. Have a window into a brick wall. You've given me an idea. Oh, these walls are all decorated, though. Never mind. I don't want to do this. Because I want this to be the computer storage room. Okay, so I need some kind of doorway into the computer room. And I need it to look good from both sides. No, I don't. Because the computer room's gonna have different walls. I want it to kind of follow after the clean room. Does this cable hold all of our wood? Yes. I'm not gonna move that. Well, I'm gonna move the cable. The cable's definitely in the way. Yeah, I can lower this whole floor down if I move the cable. I think my goal for this stream is I want the computer room walled off, and I want this all fit together and nice again. My goal right now, at this point, since Aspect has been gone for so long, is I want to revolutionize the base so much that he'll actually just be flabbergasted when he gets back. I want stuff like this to be fully filled in and good looking. Do I not have step assist? I think I can put a wall here, which is gonna make it asymmetrical with that, but I guess cry about it. No, nothing works. None of these ideas work. Dude. New floor? No, this is our normal floor. The ending's so weird. Yeah, it's not in the actual game. Feels so weird to hear because normally it just loops there. And build a new floor? Why? There's so much still to go here. Like, I want to extend it around to the left here and sort of curve around the oil refinery. And by the way, I really need to use this space or cover it up. But then also this needs to be covered up. That's gonna extend further into the mountain. There's the B area there, which probably needs more infrastructure around it. Like, the floor is only half built at most. So I'm not gonna add more floors so that I can just be more incomplete. I mean, take a look at Jetlag's base. You want Exhibit A over here? This is the green of our server. You'll figure out why pretty quick. Because, I mean, like, it looks really nice. Okay, don't get me wrong. It is a very, very nice front of a base. It's a great front of a base. But it's got nothing else to it. He really is the green of the server in every way. He's great at building, as long as it doesn't involve any angle other than the front. Hey, I'm the same way. I can't build exteriors, I can only build interiors. And when I can build an exterior, I can't build the interior of it, like the bank. The bank's kinda ass on the inside. I think what I can just do here is, stick some tuff on like that, and call it a day. Oh, now we've hit the Celeste music. I think we've only hit this part of the playlist once before. I got a little bit jump scared. Okay, but how do I add an access to the computer area? Because nothing would work on both sides of this wall. Maybe I can make it like a really... I can keep it hidden on both sides. Because it's sort of just a maintenance store. Yeah, I can have a door up here, and then we'll put a catwalk across. Hold on, I think I can shorten this a bunch. If I just go like this. And I think I'll do this. Okay, I can't turn technical blocks into facades, or like not for this kind of thing. Here we go. I've wanted to patch these holes in the base for so long. Where do you get motivation for Gregtech mod packs? For mod packs like TFG, it's just very satisfying to progress. Like, I'm always working towards a goal, one at a time. Each episode is kind of formatted like that, because, like, episode 1, it's an iron axe, so for that whole episode I'm working towards that, but that's not really Gregtech. So, like, the last episode, it's towards this fusion reactor, so I'm doing all these different goals, working on all this technology, automating more things. getting more and more resources in my storage system. And what really helps with TFG's satisfaction is everything's put into perspective, because in the end, you have like 4,000 copper, and like, oh man, I'm so poor, I'm gonna place 3 more mining drills to get 12,000 more copper, and send it into my ore processing line. Well, at the start of the game, you're celebrating over a single ingot of copper from just 9 surface rocks. It's that contrast that makes TFG especially satisfying. With GTNH, it's mostly the fact that I have this server and this community that I gotta keep up, but the pack itself is kind of satisfying now, finally, that I have resources as of the end of last episode. So that is starting to begin in Gregtech, but for Gregtech mod packs as a whole, TFG is a great example of why I play this kind of thing. And it's that same contrast that gets me motivated for Silksong speedrunning, because like, I would work so hard for a 1 hour and 5 minute run. Now I'd have to die 16 times to go that slow, because I'm just naturally way faster. If I got a 105 now, I would actually cry. Like, that's bad. That's really bad. But back then, like, that was a deathless speedrun. I just apparently was really bad with movement tech and bosses. I don't know if I showed this cool pillar trick on the other side, but this is how I hide ME cables inside of these pillars. Trust me, bro, it gets good 200 hours in. That's kind of what 9 told me. And I think he'll be right. I think Ivy will be a lot better, because that's when a lot of the weird, questionable decisions and resource production just bullshit that I've been running into for so long now disappears, and finally it's just a factory mod pack. I get easily exhausted from TFG, got to EBF, and just couldn't get myself to play anymore. That's fair. You have to be a special kind of autism to enjoy Gregtech, and if you don't, then congratulations, you're normal. This is annoying. I can't cover this cable because there's a P2P tunnel in it. It doesn't look too weird from the side, though. Dude, this song goes so hard. I could only use it once in that Abyss Escape video that, like, barely anyone watched. But this song's so good! And the video is also pretty good. I'm very proud of finding all those skips and stuff. Maybe new updates will improve it. When did you get to EBF? Because I've talked to the devs. I guess I can't disclose too much because I don't know how much I'm allowed to say. But like I'm in touch with the devs. I know what they're editing, well, what they're adding. The song does go so hard, dude. One night, I was like, man, I'm so bad at GMS, which is the final boss of Silksong. I really need to practice this. But I was getting sick and tired of the music, because I'd practiced it, I think, almost 4 hours straight that day. And so I turn on this song, and just instantly I'm 6 times better at the fight. And I get a fight that's 3 seconds behind the fastest in the entire world, and I'm like, holy shit. This is like the #1 speedrunning song of all time. Before they added Mars. Okay, so I'm pretty sure most of LV is around the same for the rest of the development cycle, as far as I'm aware. Though they are doing a Beneath rework. Maybe I'm not supposed to say that. I'll shut up now. Dude, this area looks so much better now. I don't like what Aspect did to the maintenance floor, because he sort of tore up everything that made it its own distinct floor. I think I could just put it all back together now. Putting the beneath behind steel tools is a crazy change. Wait, what? Whoa. Are they actually doing that? They just told me they were just gonna restructure it, add some new wood types and stuff. But with waypoint teleportation enabled, I can see how that would make it less fun. I'm actually really glad I forced myself not to move south so that I'd have to go there myself every time I wanted to get something from New Hecuba. Because first of all, that let me do the Arnians really well. That's always a good plot device. But second of all, it was just very fun to build a boat and go sailing for a bit. Journey was never too long, it's just long enough to be like, man, I'm really far away right now. Song I play a lot when playing games that require grinding is President is Dead by C418. That song goes hard, and then I overuse it a bit, and so I can't use it as much. Sometimes I look back at the Chaos Tech event that I ran, and I'm like, man, that was such a waste of my summer, because everything kind of went bad. But from it, I met Igblon, I learned to be a lot more confident in my voiceovers because of him, which is ironic because he uses TTS. I made a few friends through that whole thing. I learned a lot about server hosting, I learned that I should never be put in charge of a server. And most importantly, I started using C418 music from that. And that's like part of my channel's identity now. So that's very nice. Also, this music made that sound way more sentimental than it was. Holy. I don't want these pillars. I'm gonna change out this wall. Beneath behind a layer only mineable by steel tools or explosive. There are spots made of other materials that you can dig through if you find them. Dude, that's so cool. I'm sorry. They keep adding like cool ass ideas that I never thought of. That's really cool. Okay, I need walls around here. Okay, I want a few things here. I think I'll do a lot of laboratory blocks. By the way, laboratory blocks are just a Portal 2 reference. So sick how the thematically consistent TFG is so well made. It is, dude. I'm so glad I made that series. Okay, because the current devs would not be working on the pack at all if I didn't do that, and that would mean that TFG as we know it now would not be a mod pack. It would still be a sort of like cobbled together kind of half-ass attempt at stitching Gregtech and TFC. It would still be good, but it wouldn't have much of an identity. Now it's actually just, it's so good. It's a great mod pack on its own, and it's getting better constantly. Okay, so I'm curious. These look too metallic. I was hoping they would look kind of like soundproofing. Because, I don't know, soundproofing in a computer lab just makes sense in my mind. Maybe that's just YouTuber brain. Trying to think of a design here. Oh, dude, the answer is literally right in front of me here. The answer is Corp. Thank you so much. Oh, those look interesting. Did I not loop the playlist? I did not loop the playlist. How long have we been live? Over 2 hours, okay. Okay, could this work for a design? Every time you hover over that tool in your hotbar, it's just jump scare. Not that complicated. Okay. Could I just use these? Everything I put up against Corp will be really bright. That's probably the biggest problem with choosing this. So maybe I just do more Corp. That might actually be the solution. I think I'll make it lighter lower down though. It's like down here I can use more small tiles and stuff. Strive is still so good, bro. Oh no, this would be my favorite bit in the Silksong speedrunning video. I just remembered where I used this. Now that part actually gives me goosebumps when I rewatch it. That's mostly because of Strive, because Strive is such a peak song. The song that plays under chess edits. Who started that, by the way? I keep seeing some official and some unofficial Gotham chess clips that have Strive on them. They don't ever use any other Silksong pieces, but why? Wait, how did this start? I know Gotham doesn't play Silksong, as much as I would like that to be true. As much as I would like that to be the case. Why not? I mean, fair enough, but also, still, how did that happen? Dude, our resource stockpile. We're so rich. Also, apparently, Vix has more resources in stockpile, just sitting around, than the ducklings do, which I was very surprised by. Say the 2019 Moss Mother music was just more fitting for her. Yeah, but they probably thought Strive was such a bop that they had to put it over every single boss they could think of. I'm pretty sure Morwing was gonna be a different song as well. I think it was gonna be Incisive Battle. I just have a feeling because of its placement in the playlist. Oh yeah, this design works. I like this. It's very Portal 2 coded, but whatever. It's probably because I'm using the Portal 2 block. It's Ask Jim theme in here. I'm pretty sure Ask Jim, Chef Legoli, uses... what's it called? Cut Through, which is like one of the most common battle themes. Oh no, this was also such a good bit. Dude, every time I'm like trying to compare one of these songs to where I used it in my Silksong video, I don't know. What's my favorite bit? I think this one goes hard, but doesn't go as hard as the Strive section. I really gotta storage bus the stone storage. Like, do I have channels nearby? Not really. Where's this? Okay, I could use that. I won't right now, though. But yeah, Cut Through is probably the most used battle theme in the game, because it's in the lava arena, it's in the Chef Legoli boss fight, there's a slight remix of it in Groll, and then there's also a pretty large remix of it for Sherma, which removes most of the instruments. I think I think they remove all the strings and... No, there's still vocals in it. All the strings and most of the brass, I think. That one is Sister Splinter. Which one? Sherma? Sherma is cut through. Like, hold on, let me grab it. We'll play them side by side. Sherma is cut through. Hold on, I'm gonna have to go to the unreleased OST here. Here, this one. I'll turn up the volume. This is Sherma Arena. So it's just cut through, but a lot of instruments are removed. It's like so empty. And then there's the Grohl one. The Grohl one is way less different. This is the Grohl version. The only difference here is that there's extra drums added. But it goes so hard. This one's probably the best version in my opinion. I didn't even notice there was a difference in the Grohl theme, but yeah, when the arena before Grohl actually, I think, is slightly different as well. It's once Grohl spawns that it changes. You mean Gron? Gron is different. No, Gron truly is the hardest boss of either game. I'm gonna turn down the volume. I didn't craft any technical blocks, that's my problem. Oh, and in this recording of it, it's kind of scuffed, so the audio just goes out there. There's a bunch of unreleased songs here, though. Like, here's Moss Home. And then here's one of the Enemy Gauntlet themes. And this is another Enemy Gauntlet. And then this is Hunter's March Enemy Gauntlet. This one should be in the OST, I'm sorry, I like this one a lot. There's just the base Flea Caravan. Widow's Harp apparently is in this playlist. Though it sounds really weird without filters. Then the Sleeping Citadel here. You don't even realize this song's playing when you first hear it, but it is technically in the song files. The Memoriam. This has as much melody as the Slab, so I'm confused why this didn't make it in. Oh, and this one, everyone complains. Everyone complains that this one isn't in. There's so many songs they just didn't put in the final OST. It's very weird. Imagine having to use a YouTube video, I can just open them up. Hey, I've only downloaded some of the game assets, only the sprites and stuff. I don't got the audio. What one was that? Oh, that was Lace's purpose, right after defeating Lace 2. Everyone complains that it's not in the game, or not in the OST. It is in the game. And by everyone, I mean Blue SR, like every single time he fights Lace 2. Okay, I'm realizing if I want to stream Silksong today and work on some actual videos, I'm not going to be able to finish this now, so I'm just going to get my ideas out, figure out where this floor is stopping, and then I'll end the stream. Oh, that's the door. This music's too loud. As much as I like it. Yeah, this is good. Also, I'm probably gonna remove this doorway, because I don't think I want to extend any further here. The name of that music, Lace After Fight. Lovely. Christopher Larkin, the GOAT. No, it's just the name that they gave it internally. Not Christopher Larkin. Still. How many hours do you have on GTNH from Project Singularity alone? Almost 400, and I've gotten basically nowhere in progression. And there's no other time I've played GTNH. I would never do that to myself. GTNH is only bearable on this server. Kind of sad that I've played this more than TFG, even though I've made more content on TFG and enjoyed that more. Oh, actually no, I have more hours on TFG, just not on the TFG series. Because like a good 60% of my TFG time was spent in other competitive and cooperative events and playthroughs with friends and testing and building things for the devs and other stuff. Oh yeah, other stuff. Eventually. Eventually. Widow's theme is shreddy. All Fleetopia minigames are all Pinstress battle. That's interesting. Pinstress boss fight in the Gorge, should it use Pinstress Battle or Strive? I think it should use Pinstress Battle, because the whole reason the Fleetopia theme would be in those Fleetopia songs is because that would be the Coral Gorge theme, right? I think I want to extend this one block further down. I'm gonna keep the fleas with their song. Okay, then Strive. I think the Pinstress boss fight is the only bad boss fight in the game. I didn't find it too bad, I just found it a bit disappointing. I can agree that it's definitely down there. Like, the Nail Masters were all very cool in the original game. Sly had a few issues, I think, but he's still a very good fight. And then you have the Pinstress, and she just doesn't live up to the expectations. You're right, it's the only thing in Silksong that didn't live up to and exceed the expectations we placed on the game. Luckily, the only speedrun categories that see it basically just have God mode enabled. Because 100% just has so much shit. I guess all bosses kind of has to deal with it. Dude, I keep covering up this doorway. There really no way to stamp some blocks as a pattern and then copy-paste them. I think there is... with the, what's it even called? Give me a second. What are you called? Matter Manipulator. So I think the Matter Manipulator can, eventually, once we have proper versions of it, but that's in Ivy. No, this doesn't seem like it does. Maybe it just doesn't show it. Oh yeah, coordinate AB. I think that might be copy and paste. With the create mod. This is 1.7, and this is GTNH. There is no create mod. I should probably leave a lot of this building until Ivy. Which is why I think I'm only gonna lay out the basics for this area, and yeah, I'm gonna cover this all with a roof, build this computer area to cover up the hole there, maybe build out walls. No, walls I want to do with copy and paste, but I just want to fill in holes so that our base doesn't look so incomplete, and make the roof actually exist, and then in Ivy I think we can finally copy and paste. If anyone's gonna backport create to 1.7, it's the Maniacs taking care of packs like GTNH. No. They hate create, and honestly, understandably, it's really, really horribly unbalanced for mod packs. Create is a standalone mod, and every attempt to put it with another mod ends up being really unbalanced. Maybe it can be fun, but in a pack like GTNH, it would break shit so hard. Yeah, the only way to balance it is with Create, which is what TFG uses. And so if GTNH devs were to backport it, they would backport it with Create. But even then, most people who truly just love the pure GTNH pain, mostly because they've never seen a different pack and they just assume that GTNH is the only good Gregtech experience, they hate Create for some reason. It's just some Gregtech elitist mindset. And so the devs would get crucified if they added Create to this pack. Believing your ability to port Create to 1.7. The most mod pack experience I have is adding a few crafting recipes to Chaos Tech. And that's it. That's my programming experience. Also, why? Why would I do that? That would suck for the pack, and it would suck for me. So no, I will not do that. Dream Master might keel over if Create is added. That's what I'm saying. They wouldn't do it, ever. Which is fine, because the pack really doesn't need it. In fact, what the pack needs is for the devs to move on and work on something else, like Super Symmetry. Stop adding more. Create's real-life job equivalent is engineering. What's GTNH's equivalent? Pretty sure that's engineering as well, but I think the real answer is no job, because Gregtech and having a job is incompatible. Unemployment is the equivalent job of Gregtech. Is a hobby, Gregtech is an addiction like Factorio. I wouldn't say that. I've played a lot of both. Factorio is way more addicting. In fact, I had to force myself to stop playing it the other week because I have a full video recorded all the way from the start of a playthrough to landing on another planet, and if I play more, there will never be a video on that. So I have to force myself to stop. Content on the way. Yeah, I said I'll just make whatever I want. Here's the thing, I think the main change I'm making on my channel that can apply to everything, this is kind of the point of this stream being a Q&A, is I'm no longer a TFG YouTuber or a GTNH YouTuber or a Silksong YouTuber. I don't want to be tied to a certain kind of content, and I've seen how Mart runs his stuff, and he said it before, like, he purposefully spaced out his KSP uploads so that he wouldn't be a KSP channel. I'm gonna be like that now. My content is more about my editing style and my editing quality, which I want to get way more into quality, like I was with the E2E movie, because I threw that away with with later TFG episodes and Project Singularity. And I want to be more just Hecuba, make good things. Make good videos that I can be proud of. So sometimes that'll be a Silksong speedrunning video, sometimes that'll be Factorio. And they're all gonna be as good as I can possibly make them. Dude, this scaffold is the perfect block I need for this. Okay. Okay, that just got eaten. Whatever. Did I just take 8 hearts of damage from that? This doesn't quite look right. Why don't these glow in this version? Like in newer versions, these aren't affected by lighting. Let me see. Oh, now I find my other item dislocator after I had to spend 30 minutes yesterday making a new one. Thank you so much. I'm glad none of that that mining trip was recorded. That shit pissed me off so bad. At least now I know there's meteorites I can use instead. Oh no. Where's the architect's workbench? I don't know the last time I was using it. Here? Yeah, I think it was here. There is no architect's workbench, apparently. Not real. Well, time to go commit robbery again. One team has like 40 of these things, I think. For some reason, they used it at the MV ribbon cutting ceremony. No, you don't? Really? But they have a bunch of slopes from the mod. I'm not gonna steal anything that's placed down. I should have a stash of every ore in the game, and whenever one gets low, they auto-call in and mine a meteor. That's But that's probably what the Ducklings and Tofu Corp are going to be doing next tier. And that's what Aspect has promised to build this tier, but it kinda hasn't. Hey, they didn't notice. Hold on, I didn't say anything about this, because I didn't want to draw attention to it. But you can rotate crafting terminals and stuff, and I did. I rotated everyone's crafting terminals. I'm gonna keep track of the ones that have been rotated back into position. Oh, there they are. Let's go. Now, for people using old textures, the crafting station doesn't look very different, but the pattern terminal will. And I think the fluid terminal will as well. Okay, we can now do this. I'm gonna see if this does what I want it to. Oh, yes. Okay, that's much better. And so now we just put scaffolding over that. No, come on. Really? 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 There's a workbench right there. Where? Where is there? Tell me. This is not very specific. I put it down here. Like the scaffold glow, but then it won't do block culling. And tungsten processing line? What, the one I just... Why is it here? Why is it here? Okay. Yeah, I could make the scaffold glow, but there's a few problems. First of all, apparently it loses its texture. But second, it won't do block culling. So if I do this, you can see it just sticks out like that. Early onset of dementia. Oh no. Did I just try to chisel scaffolding? Give this man an award. Why did you delete that message? No, that's so evil. Just make them all glow? No, they won't do any block culling. That's just how Architect's blocks work. What message? Oh no. Okay, another option I could do is use catwalks instead. They cover less, but maybe that's fine. They're also weird to walk on, but we fly anyways. Oh, what? Yeah, I think that's fine. So we'll just do that on all of them. Copper grates? You want to see the recipe for this shit? Is this the Whispering Vaults score? Yes. Here's how to make a copper grate. I'm not doing that. They hate builders. They actually despise us with a burning passion. They wish we would all never touch their mod pack again. Why do you need granite? That's what I'm asking! It's not, by the way, it's not granite. Sorry, it's not granite. It's red granite, which doesn't naturally spawn. You have to get it from slag comb. Or, actually, you can go to Deimos, I think. So, you know, once you're an Eevee and you have a tier 2 rocket. W mod design. Red granite disabled, I'm pretty sure it spawns naturally. Does it? I'm pretty sure that's only in, like, Gregtech Community Edition. Or, Community Pack, I meant. Which mod pack do you think is more anti-builder, TFG or GTNH? GTNH. TFG makes building more rewarding, while GTNH makes it more annoying. But building in TFG sucks. Really? I really like building in TFG. That's the most fun I've ever had building in a pack. Like, E2E I built because I wanted my base to look good. GTNH I've built also because I want my base to look good, but also to pass the time, in a way. TFG I built because it was just really fun to build in TFG. I felt like I was carving some historic monument. It was very, very fun. Especially with the new updates, because now there's Migmatite, and there's the, what's it called? The Locometal. Everything's always simple to automate. You use machines you already have. And there's copy and paste tools, so once you're in mid-game, it's very easy to build compared to GTNH. But in early game, it's very difficult in a good way. It's the rewarding kind of difficult that is exactly why we'd make games difficult. Because once you're done, you feel like you've accomplished something very, very nice. Making the materials are just tedious? Dude, did you see my base? Did you see my base in TFG? I don't think it was tedious after placing almost, what was it, 6,000 or 7,000 Migmatite in that whole thing? Like, if it was tedious, I wouldn't have built that. Oh, I just automated it all. I get comments asking if, not even asking, no, just asserting that TFG has to be more difficult than GTNH, based, once again, on the ultimate metric of a game's difficulty. How difficult is it to make a crafting table? That's such a smart way to judge difficulty. And so like, oh man, if TFG is more difficult than GTNH, then how bad must the building be? It's really fun. Also, TFG is an easy Gregtech pack. Probably just not cut out to build? Yeah, probably. That's fine. Most Gregtech players don't build anything. I mean, 2 bases on this server are just big white boxes. Why do you think all GTNH builders build modern? Because you can just build white boxes and call it modern. Easy. I mean, Goose has been pushed way out of his comfort zone with having to add accents to his walls. Oh no. Though I'm pretty sure that was Duck anyways. The modern style of building in GTNH is so boring. Yeah, that's something I specifically went out to try to, like, counteract with the way I build in TFG and GTNH. Like, I didn't want modern or futuristic, because everyone and their grandma builds like that. So I did Gothic and, like, Silksong, which is, I guess, just an extension of Gothic. TFG has a hard early game? It really doesn't. Have you played vanilla TFC? Like, TFG makes it so easy. I played on an event that was just normal base TFC with no Gregtech additions or anything. It's hard. Like, ore veins, the richest level of ore gives you a quarter of an ingot. It's very hard. But also, I honestly kind of like that more. It's worse for TFG, but standalone, that is more fun, especially in Civilization events like the ones I was in. But yeah, TFG is really easy, because you just get so many resources. You get very rich very fast. Mining hammers are cheaper than any other Gregtech pack, and you get to play a fun mini-game to make one. Like, let's go. No, early game is very easy. TFC Civ event must be so fun. Yeah, it was, but then the moderators, after we had gotten blue steel, while the second most advanced team barely had a blast furnace built. We had blue steel, we were the only team left, we had killed everyone else on the server. And we'd absorbed anyone who didn't like stand a threat, just like taking them as prisoners of war and eventually integrated them. And that was really cool, and we were just so insanely powerful. Everyone agreed we were the winner, except the admins. No, everybody wins, and I couldn't ever make a video on that event, because that is the most unsatisfying and like terrible ending to a Civilization video. Like, I learned from the Chaos Tech video, I'm not gonna waste a whole 3 months editing a cool Civilization video, only for its ending to be so bad that the video gets no attention. Oh yeah, we also had, according to all the admins, and according to most of the players, that we had the best looking base. Because on the final day, after we had conquered everyone, we just spent the whole day building up as good of a base as we could. But it's like, no, everybody wins! Everybody wins! The fuck you mean, bro? What do you mean? You talked about that in Silksong's voice. Oh, wait, you're... Oh! Wait, was I talking to you today in the... Do not talk about... No, hold on. Do not talk about what I was practicing if you were there in Silksong BC today. I want to leave that for the stream. I just realized I recognize your username. Oh, I left 2 sections out. Okay, what should we make the roof look like here? Also, this instantly fixes this entire end of the base. There's a little bit here, but I'll just terraform this because I want the base to end here. Oh shit, it's way too late for me to continue this. I need to just slap a roof on this and switch to Silksong immediately. Don't worry, you got time. Dude, I'm doing an all achievements speedrun and I only have 4 hours left in the day. I really don't got time. Okay, we're gonna be lazy here. We're gonna just throw this on with the builder's wand and then carve holes in it because I want to copy that design. So maybe this is just good. Dude, you know what? Maybe this is just good. Possible for you to make a matter manipulator at Eevee. Does that copy and paste the prototype one? Because I only want copy and paste. I don't care about the other features. Okay, that kind of looks cool. And then what I need to do is actually make it glow, because it's a bit scuffed when there's no actual light coming from it. Man, building is infinitely less annoying with wireless AE2. Because I can actually build now, unlike before. How did you learn video editing? I downloaded... Well, first... What was the first one I downloaded? I've done like 30 different editing softwares at this point. It doesn't matter. I downloaded like the first editing software I found on a Google search and figured it out, and then learned that that one was bad, and tried the next one, and decided that one was bad, and tried the next one, made a video or two on that. Those were the first videos on my channel, decided that one was bad, then got to CapCut, did most of my TFG series on that, and then decided that one was also bad because it was quickly and shitifying when I was using it. And then I switched to Premiere Pro, lost all of my money, and now I use DaVinci, and DaVinci is peak, no questions asked, use DaVinci. But, yeah, I sort of just figured it out. I decided, hey, I want to make a thing, and then I went, like, searching around for buttons to make the thing. And recently, I know some people will cringe at this, but I think this is, I think this is fine for me. If I have a very specific and complex edit, I will ask AI for, like, oh, how could I make this thing? And it'll give, oh, here's the tools that do all the things. Some people will think that's cringe. Whatever, I'm just trying to learn a thing, and Reddit had no answers, so... That was very useful for the Silksong video, because that taught me DaVinci Fusion and how to, like, draw lines on a map and stuff. Oh, it ate both pizzas. Sure, thank you, GTNH. I wasn't clicking anything, but... Okay, so this is done now. I'll take this. AI is helpful, only elitists hate it? Calling me an elitist? No, generative AI is basically always bad. Like, usually bad. It doesn't have a lot of good cases. This case I've mentioned is like the one case where it's like not creating garbage. Machine learning though, that's great. Machine learning algorithms are great for like medical and other fields like that. That's great for science. I think elitists usually like AI, because they're the one investing everything into the bubble. And the military. I think automated warfare is pretty bad, unless that's what you're saying. I think automated warfare would be pretty damn bad. I guess you're not throwing humans on the front lines, but it also just makes war mass-producible, which I don't like. The best case, we can, you know, stop killing each other, but I guess that's a bit of an unrealistic want. Why won't this work? No sulfuric acid? Uh-oh. We don't have any sulfuric acid. I don't have time for this. Will Chief Logan be back to the series? Probably not. That's completely understandable. He thought GTNH would be a fun challenge to test his modded knowledge. Instead, it sort of just forced hours of grind in his face with no reward. I cut a lot of it out, but we were planning so many interesting things, and GTNH gave us just a series of cues. And then the other teams who know so much would instantly one-up anything Logan tried to do in like 15 minutes. It was very, very demoralizing for both of us. As the server owner, and as this being my primary source of income, I didn't leave over that, but Chief Logan has better things to do. How do I want to make a door here? You know what? I don't care about the door to this area. I want to go play Silksong. I'm gonna go get some food and then start the next stream. But this stream is over, so thank you all for watching, and God bless.